Hey guys, what's up? It's Roman D. Glad to be back. Sorry it's been 10 days since I made a video, which I promised I was gonna show up every day for somebody in case they freaking needed it. So, accept my apologies. Rough day. I'm in recovery. I'm an addict. I'm an ex-alcoholic. Right now I'm dealing with freaking energy drinks. December 27, 2011 is my sobriety date. And it just seems like anything that's bad for me or anything that destroys my body, I put it in there and I continue to do it. I am sober. I'm gonna go back today and I'm gonna go through the 12 steps. And so I'm gonna read a little bit of how it works, and then I'm gonna go to step 1. And that's all I'm looking for, is just one. Just like I said, I'm not looking for likes, I'm not looking for subscribers. I just feel that if somebody turns this on at 2 a.m. and I can help them, then God forbid, I wish back in the day, I could have done that and something like that could have happened. So, mosquitoes are out, sorry. How it works. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. They are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. And we'll jump over. I'm gonna jump to 12, which I've worked all these steps back in the day 100 freaking times. And I'm just gonna read it because it's having a spiritual experience as a result of these steps. We tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. And on Sunday, I went to church, and then we went to a men's retreat, and it was the exact same thing. Like, they're preaching to me, what is my calling? And I haven't carried my message out. At first I did. I was on a clean cloud, and I haven't anymore. I've been greedy, and I need to practice these principles and pass them on. So, step 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, and our lives had become unmanageable. We finally came to be honest with ourselves and realize that we can't fix it on our own. We need clarity, and just because powerless does not mean you're weak. It just means you're ready to freaking do the deal. And I was ready to do the deal 100 times. I've been through the steps. I've relapsed hundreds of times. And I used to just be a social drinker. I'm maybe repeating myself. I didn't drink at home. I drank at bars where was thrown out of every bar almost in DFW, Texas. And I had the perfect job. If you want to be an alcoholic or a drug addict, you can be in outside sales, and all I did was have to hit my numbers, and that's what I was doing. I was hitting my numbers, which allowed me to be able to go out, wake up late, lay in bed sick to my stomach. I would throw up every morning. I was sicker than a freaking dog, but I did that for years. I started when I was 15, and I believe I didn't get sober till I was 41. I was dropped off at AA by my first wife in 2001, and I think I worked on my story and kept playing and testing God for 10 years, literally. I had my son after my divorce. I would get him on Wednesdays and every other weekend, and I would be drunk on Wednesdays, and I would be drunk every other weekend. I would have people watch my son. And that Christmas, my wife would, my ex-wife would always, she would always have Brandon, and then she had plans this Christmas, and she was like, you know, I'm gonna take Brandon, we're gonna go do this and go do that and all this. And I was all alone. I was by myself. I was at the bar. I was with all the other drunks that didn't have family, or their family that didn't want them around. So we drank that Christmas. We partied down, and then Christmas Eve, partied like crazy. Spent Christmas drunk, hungover, and December 27th, my buddy that owned the bar called me and said, hey, I'm gonna open the bar for a few hours, maybe we can get some people to come up. So I was like, I'm all about it. Got there at about 11 o'clock in the morning. Started off with a Bloody Mary because I felt like dog crap, and I drank all freaking day, and it got packed. People got out, and this is a bar and grill. It's a oyster bar. It was a bar and grill with, you know, there was probably 75, maybe 80 people. And I'm sitting at the bar, the same place I always sit at. If people didn't like their drinks or whatever, he would send them down my way, and I would freaking drink them. And I was staring at the glass behind all the liquor bottles. There was glass there, and I would just I could see myself, and I'd look at myself. And it got late. It got about, I say late, it was probably 6:30 or 7 p.m. and I was drinking all day. And man, I was just looking at myself and looking at myself and looking at myself. And I used to drink Miller Lite, anything, but I did have a Miller Lite in my hand. And this is a holiday. And I grabbed that beer bottle and I threw it at that freaking glass, which was me. And I shattered that glass, and you could hear the whole restaurant, bar and grill. It just came silent. I slid, fell out of my freaking chair. I got down on my knees and I put up my hands up in the air and I asked God, please, please cure me. Please forgive me. Please save me. And my bartender came over there. He was a friend of mine. Patted me on the shoulder. There was some other concerned people that I didn't even freaking know. Called me Art, who was my taxi, who I was going through my phone the other day, and that was 2011. I still have Art taxi, and he was like regular. He came and got me and took me home. And my neighbor was a nurse, and so the next day we got a hold of my doctor, went in to see him. They put me on anti-seizure medicine. I was coming off of Xanax, cocaine, alcohol, anything that I could put in my system was in my system, and I did it. I was a big drinker, but if somebody asked me to do something, yeah, I was game for it. So I took detox medicine. I guess she had to wake me up like every hour on the hour due to the coming off of the Xanax and the bars that I was taking and the alcohol and the mixture. My ex-wife found out about it. Everybody heard about it. We were in a clique. Did you hear about Roman? Did you hear about Roman? And that was the day that I lost all my personal power and asked God to come into my life and save me. And I never had a drink since. I've never relapsed. I kept going to the bars and being a dry drunk and trying to hang out. But then of course we'll work the steps, and I had to change people, places, and things. I moved. And that's how it came about, man. So if any of you can relate, there's way more to it. I can relate. I know what you're going through. losing jobs, lying, cheating, stealing, everything for this freaking alcohol that we started. And there's some people that can do it. Some people are social drinkers. And I sure wish that I could have been one of those people, man. But I'm not. That's not who I am. So, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, man. That's all you got. That's all I want you to get. If this helped anybody, I'm going to keep coming back. We'll work on step 1. We'll go through it thoroughly. If anybody has a comment and needs anything from me, comment in there. And if it's something that you want me to touch base on, there's nothing that I haven't. I'm not bragging, but there's probably nothing that I haven't gone through that you're going through right now. So I'm going to leave it at that tonight. Sorry if I was long-winded. That's my story. That's how I gave it up to God, and that's how I've got 14 years of sobriety. Just 1 day, man. That's all you got. We'll see you tomorrow. Roman D.